What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video. And guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so I release great DC content every day that I don't want to miss. Now guys, continue our coverage of like the evil Batmans. I've so far did the Devastator, Batman the Last, the Red Death, Batman the Murder Machine. So next on the list is Batman the Dawnbreaker. And this is the Green Lantern Batman hybrid. It's like another evil version, and it's drawn by Ethan Skyver. And I'll get to this art by the end of this video where I give my review. Just like a little hint, he is awesome art. And then it's written by Sam Humphries, which I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. I'll just say Sam, but still, it's a pretty fascinating issue of what's going on and how it relates back to Batman's origin story and how he gets the Green Lantern ring. But guys, enough this intro, let's get to Batman the Dawnbreaker, number 1. So guys, first off, I'm going to explain, to start off the explanation, let's talk about this dope cover right here. Like guys, all these evil Batman covers look really cool. Like it'd be cool to just have posters with this, because they're drawn so well and they shine. And guys, you see the Dawnbreaker, and he just has the ring, he's all mad and stuff, and behind him is all these like nightmare, like I think it's like nightmares, like hands and stuff, and it looks like evil constructs of a Green Lantern ring, so it looks really cool. But guys, when we see opening up, it's like, oh, this is another origin of an evil Batman, and it's Earth 32 in Gotham City. Now this goes back to Crime Valley, where Batman, pretty much his parents, Bruce, as a child, saw his parents die by Joe Chill. So Joe Chill shoots Bruce's parents, and Joe Chill's like, don't worry about it, kid, I'm going to take this stuff and run. Just stay there, and don't interfere, I'll shoot you too. And Bruce, instead of being fearful, he's very like afraid, or he's like sad and crying, he just stands there. And he has no emotion, like a psychopath. But he has no emotion, and he's just like, I just felt a void, and I had no fear. And since he was not afraid, that's when the Green Lantern ring came. Because honestly, all you need to have to pretty much get a Green Lantern ring is no fear. So if you're not afraid of nothing, if you're just very brave and stuff, you'll get the Green Lantern ring. And that's what happens here. He gets the ring, he grabs it, and he's like, it pretty much tells him you have the ability to overcome great fear. And Bruce takes this ring, and first off, the first thing he does, he goes after Joe Chill, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you. And Joe Chill's like, what the heck, what happened? He's like, I was just dealing with the two barons, killed them, took some money, I'm good. But now this is freaking kid who has the powers of Green Lantern, so he's afraid, and pretty much Bruce is like, Green Lantern ring, kill him. And the Green Lantern ring's like, no, we don't do that. One of the laws of being a Green Lantern is to not kill. Don't like, pretty much put a lot of force on somebody you're going after. And it all depends on willpower. Now, the willpower is at 100%, so he's able to use it. But what happens here is Bruce exceeds the willpower. It goes up to like 181%. And what we see is his willpower actually takes over the ring, and it becomes evil. It builds like evil constructs and kills Joe Chill. Guys, you see Joe Chill just get disintegrated. And pretty much Bruce is like, yes, I did, I killed him. And he's kind of like a psychopath and happy about it. But we see him, like it's a pretty big deal that he took over the Green Lantern ring, because we never saw this in the Green Lantern mythos. We never seen like a Green Lantern take over that ring and go against it. Like when the Green Lantern is going back, like saying nope, it won't work, it usually like shuts down, or it just stops there and they don't have like enough willpower. But since this Bruce has so much willpower, it turned the Green Lantern ring evil. So what we see next is Bruce is like, okay, I gotta do something else now. He goes to save his parents. He's like, Green Lantern ring, resurrect them. And it tries, but Bruce's parents are not the same. They're pretty much like ghosts, they're like zombies. And Bruce lets them die, and he's pretty much mad. He's like, I felt a void. Pretty much my parents were dead. I killed the killer, but I still was not happy. So what we see next is Bruce is like narrating this, the Dawnbreaker. He's like, they call me a hero in Gotham City. So he worked with Bullock first, killed Bullock because Bullock would go against him. Then he worked with Commissioner Gordon, and Commissioner Gordon's like, hey, you're late again. In kind of like a joke fashion, but Bruce is like, don't talk to me that way. You know what happened to the other cop. Pretty much he killed Bullock. He's like, I'll do the same to you. And Commissioner Gordon's like, hey, there's been some villains going missing. Some people think they're dead. Do you know anything about that? Like, Commissioner Gordon's actually kind of like suspicious of Bruce. And you see Bruce just going around killing these villains without no remorse at all. You see him pretty much fly Scarecrow to the sky, kill him, and then you see him show up to like Penguin's lair, and you see like Commissioner Gordon talking this over. He's like, on Tuesday night, Penguin went missing. What happened to him? And Green Lantern's like, okay, don't worry about it. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing justice. The Commissioner Gordon's like, this is not justice. And we see pretty much the same play out, that Bruce, as the Green Lantern, shows up at Penguin's like iceberg lounge, and you see all his men, and Penguin's like, get out of here, he's gonna kill us. Penguin's actually afraid, and you see him, he's talking, and then pretty much Green Lantern pretty much does a blackout. Like Bruce does a blackout, it turns totally black. All the henchmen and goons of Penguin get killed. Like Green Lantern just kills them all. You have this screeching sound. Pretty much all these dark constructs just eat him alive, kill him. And then you see Green Lantern grab Penguin, and Penguin's like, please don't kill me. And then Green Lantern flies him up to the sky. It's like, you're not gonna do bad stuff in my city, you're not gonna kill people. And he flies him up and throws him into an asteroid field. You see Penguin get disintegrated. Like, guys, look at that image. That's shit. Like, look at that. Damn. Like, you see Penguin just get disintegrated. It's like, it's a very gruesome scene. But you see Green Lantern, he goes back, and Commissioner Gordon's like, you killed him. This is not justice. You can't do this. And Bruce is like, shut up, Gordon. You have a daughter, right? And he's like, sad. She's gonna live without a father. And that's when Bruce kills Gordon, disintegrates him. Like, right there, disintegrates him, and then you hear in the sky, enough. And you see the Green Lantern Corps show up. And they tell him, you've been doing bad stuff, you're not a real Green Lantern, we can take you down. Pretty much what he's done is turn this Green Lantern ring evil, and it's spread across the Green Lantern Corps. So it's pretty much like this whole light, this good Green Lantern Corps is starting to turn evil because of what Bruce has done. So he's spreading the darkness. And pretty much the Guardians of the Universe, Kilowog, all these Green Lanterns are like, we have to stop you. And we see them get surrounded by these evil constructs. And Kilowog's like, he's just like an arrogant boy, I can take him down. And Bruce is like, go for it. And you have all these constructs, like evil ones, and they just start eating these Green Lanterns alive, killing them. And you see pretty much the last one, it's a Guardians of the Universe, one of them. And he's like, please, you have to stop this. You can't have the darkness take over. You can destroy this whole world. And pretty much Bruce creates like this construct and grabs the Guardian of the Universe and tears his head off. And you see Bruce, he's like, I killed all the Green Lantern Corps, I saved the day, but I still feel that void. He's like, I can't be Bruce anymore, I have to change. And that's when he goes into the Green Lantern, like, it's like a lamp thing, it's like a big lamp that's the Green Lantern Corps are known for, and he comes out as Batman the Dawnbreaker. Now, he pretty much says, with darkness black, I choke the light, no brightest day escapes my sight, I turn the dawn to midnight, beware my power. Dawnbreaker's light. Now that's pretty cool. It's pretty much turn on the whole like speech that Green Lanterns usually give. It's an evil turn, but you see this dope pretty much splash page of the Dawnbreaker, and he looks pretty cool, guys. He looks really cool. Before we go on, let me just like tell you guys the significance of how like the Dawnbreaker killed all the Guardians of the Universe. They're some of the most powerful beings in the entire multiverse, and for him to kill them, it makes him super OP. But guys, we go on, and we see pretty much Bruce like, what's going on? His whole world is getting destroyed, like the Guardians of the Universe said, and he's just left in a void. Everybody's dead, and he doesn't know what to do. And that's when the Batman Blast shows up, and he's like, you pretty much destroyed your world. So you can decide, you can join me and pretty much join Barbados and destroy this other world with me with Red Death, the Merman Machine, or you can stay here in the void and just die. And Dawnbreaker obviously chooses Batman Last Society. He's like, count me in. And that's when he shows up to Earth Zero, our Earth, and shows up to Coast City. And he shows up, he starts like pretty much blacking out the whole city. It goes from like light to pretty much darkness. And Green Lantern shows up, he's like, no, you're not doing anything. You're not showing up to my city and killing all these people. And Green Lantern's like, Batman, is that you? Because that, guys, you remember this is between issue number 1 and issue number 2, this particular issue. And pretty much he's thinking that this is actually Batman when he escaped Black Hawk Island, but it's not. He's from the Dark Multiverse. Now, we see Dawnbreaker, he's like, I warned you, don't stop me, don't go against me, I killed a Green Lantern like you before. And you see him just release all these constructs, these evil constructs on Green Lantern, and Green Lantern's ring is like, impossible. We don't recognize these evil constructs because it's from a different multiverse. So Green Lantern's like, don't say impossible. Green Lantern's about to die and get killed by these constructs, and that's when Dr. Fate shows up, saves him, whisks him away, and Green Lantern is pretty much saying he watches Coast Sages get killed, like watches get destroyed once again. Now we see him get whisked away, and we see the Dawnbreaker just pretty much releases all this evil construct energy across, killing all these people, and all of Coast City goes to the dark. Like the last words he says is he's like, I wanted this world of light to pretty much a city of hope. Disgusting. He's like, let them feel helpless. Let all these people feel helpless. Let them feel pretty much the void that I felt, and let them pretty much feel like I did. Pretty much, he's a psychopath, and he's always felt a void. He's never been like in comfort. He's never been like had closure on his parents' death. So he just keeps killing people, hoping to find closure, and he's hoping this finds some closure, but obviously it doesn't. And that's how the issue ends. Pretty much all Coast City is in darkness. Green Lantern is away with Dr. Fate and Flash. They pretty much got away. And Dawnbreaker is pretty much taking over all Coast City and killing people. So yeah, guys, that was a pretty fascinating issue. Again, Ethan Van Sciver's art is amazing. Like, I'll get to that when I get to my review. But yeah, guys, that wraps up the explain part of this video. Let's get to my review of Batman the Dawnbreaker, #1. Now, guys, this issue is very interesting, alright? Very interesting. I really like how, like, Batman the Dawnbreaker, his look, like, his actually design's really cool. Ethan Van Sciver's art is just so good. Like, seeing that one splash image of him just, like, taking over Coast City and going to darkness was dope. And then also, when he killed all the Green Lanterns, killed Commissioner Gordon. Like, honestly, the scene when he killed Commissioner Gordon, he's like, hey, you have a daughter, right? Sad. She's gonna live without a father. He just disintegrates him. That honestly hit me, because it's just like, for some reason, how Ethan Van Sciver drew it and how the panels laid out, it's like, oof, damn, you just killed him. Like, you really felt that. It went from, oh, he's just killing people, whatever, to, oh man, he just killed him, and he knew Commissioner Gordon had a daughter. Like, he knows that he's just affected so many lives by killing Commissioner Gordon. But yeah, seeing this, like, Bruce have like this void and be like a psychopath and get the Green Lantern ring, use his willpower to take it over and make it to darkness was really interesting. And I like this evil Batman. Now, it's not my favorite. Like, I like Batman Who Laughs #1, Red Death, Devastator, and I'd probably put him at #4 because the Batman the Dawnbreaker, he's really interesting, but he's kind of the same like the other evil Batman. Like, he's just, okay, he pretty much came evil, took over like one of like the Justice League's like powers, the Green Lantern. It's a Green Lantern Batman hybrid. It's a rise of Dark Knight. Oh, he takes over Coast City, fights out Green Lantern gets away. It's kind of like the typical thing that these like evil Batman stories been doing, but still really fascinating. I like it. And that's why I'm overall going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty solid. I recommend it. You should definitely check it out. Mostly for Ethan Van Sciver's art. Sam Humphries, or just Sam, his writing's good, but it's not like super great. Like, it's just solid. It works for the story. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my review and my explanation. If you like this video, give a big thumbs up. If you haven't yet, bro, subscribe to the channel because I always create this kind of content every day that you don't want to miss. And yeah, guys, that's the video. Peace out.